As the One Chicago family, we've been through it all. We've survived explosions, shocking exits, and enough near-death experiences to last a lifetime. But the season 14 premiere, that was a different kind of pain. This one felt personal. If you're still processing, you are not alone. We all spent the entire hiatus celebrating. After everything Stella Kidd and Kelly Severide have endured, the arson investigations, the distance, the literal attempt on their lives, they were finally getting their happy ending. That positive pregnancy test at the end of season 13 wasn't just a plot twist. It felt like a promise. It was Stellaride, the couple that proved love could survive anything Firehouse 51 threw at it. They were finally going to be parents. And then, in the very first minutes of the new season, the show ripped that promise away. The tragic hospital moment we didn't see coming. The shocking news wasn't a 5-alarm fire. It was the cold, quiet sterility of a doctor's office. The news that Stella had suffered a miscarriage, or, as some reports suggest, a false positive. Either way, the outcome is the same, was delivered so fast, it gave us whiplash. They weren't pregnant. The dream was over before it even began. This is the tragic hospital moment that has fans reeling. It wasn't about sirens and stretchers. It was about internal, invisible heartbreak. And honestly, that's the kind that hurts the most. What makes this storyline so absolutely devastating is how real it feels. Showrunner Andrea Newman didn't pull any punches when explaining the why. She talked about the complicated, messy truth of starting a family. Stella wasn't just excited, she was scared. She had hesitations about what it meant for her career, for her life, for her identity as a firefighter. And that's the part that twists the knife. Guilt. When they lost the baby, Stella wasn't just grieving. She was feeling guilty. Guilty that maybe, for a split second, she had been relieved. Guilty that she wasn't 100% all in from the start, especially when Severide was so overjoyed. How many of us have felt that? That complex, tangled-up feeling where relief and grief get mixed up until you can't tell them apart. That's not a TV problem. That is heartbreakingly human. This isn't just a plot. It's about Stella and Kelly. We watched Stella Kidd fight her way up from the bottom. We watched her build Girls on Fire, earn her lieutenant's bars, and become a leader. We also watched Severide, the ultimate lone wolf, finally open his heart completely. This loss isn't just a sad event. It's a test of their very foundation. And that's where Chicago Fire gets us. In the middle of this awful, crushing news, they gave us a glimpse of why Stellaride is the endgame. We saw Severide, not angry or broken, but immediately becoming the rock his wife needed. He put her first. He saw her pain, not just his own. The writers took away the perfect family plan, but they immediately reminded us what family really is for them. It's the two of them, standing together, even when the world is falling apart. So, where does 51 go from here? This is the question that's echoing across the entire fandom. It feels cruel. It feels mean. Why build up all that hope just to tear it down? But then, right at the end of the episode, the phone rings. It's the adoption representative. There's a teenager who needs them. It's clear the show is telling us something. The journey to becoming a family isn't always the one you plan. It's often messy, unexpected, and born from loss. Maybe this tragedy wasn't an ending. Maybe it was the only way to get them to their real beginning. It doesn't make the pain of that hospital news any less, but for the first time since the premiere, it feels like there might be a little bit of light. It's a tough time to be a Stellaride fan, but we're in this with them. And let's be perfectly clear, we need to be in this with them, because the fallout from this is going to be a long, hard road. If you're still sitting there, thinking, but why? Why would they do that to us? You are asking the right question. The reaction from the Chicago Fire community has been a firestorm, And it's not just sadness. It's anger. It feels like we were manipulated. We were given this pure, beautiful moment of joy in the season 13 finale. We saw Severide's face, that rare, unguarded, overwhelming happiness. We saw Stella, terrified but ready. And for the first time in a long time, everything felt safe. To have that safety blanket ripped away in the first 60 seconds of the premiere felt, frankly, unjust. This is the bait and switch that has fans divided. Was it a powerful dose of realism, or was it a cheap trick to manufacture drama? Here's the thing, though. This kind of trauma changes people. It's not a broken bone that heals in 6 weeks. It's a fracture in the soul. And this is where the real story of season 14 is going to live.